Hello students, how are you? This is our sixth lesson on quadratic. Our today's topic is quadratic graphs of quadratic functions. To draw the graph of quadratic function, function defined by f of x equals to x squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, c the element of real number and a different from 0 is called a quadratic function. A is called the leading coefficient, and when you see the example, the first example, f of x equals to x squared plus 3x plus 2 is a quadratic function with a equals to 2, b equals to 3 and c equals to 2. የተከበራችሁ ተማሪዎቻችን በባለፈው ትምህርታችን ስለ ኳድራቲክ ኢንኢኳሊቲ ሜቶድ ኦፍ ሶልቪንግ ኳድራቲክ ኢንኢኳሊቲ በሚል ሶስቱ ርዕሶች ለማየት ሞክረናል። በዛሬ ትምህርታችን ግራፍስ ኦፍ ኳድራቲክ ፈንክሽንስ ባጭሩ ለማየት እንሞክራለን። ከበጀምቶ ተበረቶተ ኬኛ barnoota keenya yeroo darbeetiin waa'ee quadratic inequality karaa quadratic inequality solve ittiin gochuu dandeenyu sadan laaluuf yaallee turre. Barnoota keenya har'aatiin ammoo waa'ee graafii quadratic function ilaalchisee gaggabaabsinee kan laallu ta'a. kanaaf qalbiidhaan nu duuka buutanii akka nu hordoftan jecha. Note, any function that can be reduced to the form f of x equals to x squared plus bx plus c is called quadratic function. If you see in the second example, f of x equals to x minus 2 times x plus 2 is expressed as f of x equals to x squared minus 4, where with a equals to 1, b equals to 0, and c equals to minus 4. So this is one of the function. The other is sketching graphs of quadratic function using table of values CSAs. When you see the example, draw the graph of each of the following. It says type equation here, f of x equals to x squared, c, b, f of x equals to minus x squared, c, f of x equals to x squared, d, f of x equals to minus 2x squared. Whatever it is, the value of a is different from 0, which is 1. But here, the values of b and c are zeros. If you see f of x equals to x squared, you have b and c equals to 0, because the function has the form that f of x equals to x squared plus bx plus c. Since we have no b and c, which means b and c values are 0 here, and the value of a equals to 1 for the first a part. At the same time, other parts, in the b part, we have minus 1, the value of a, and c, positive 2, the value of a, and in d part, minus 2, the value of a. To draw the graph of the given function, f of x equals to x squared, using the table of values, let's have the ranges between minus 2 and 2. Giving the value of x, we can calculate for y. At x equals to minus 2, the value of y is 4. At minus 1, it is 1, because the square of minus 1 is 1, and the square of minus 2 is 4. At 0, it is 0. At 1, 1. At 2, 4. When you see this on given graph, taking the number lines, XY axis coordinate plan, if you see the graph is parabola. The graph is parabola, upward or downward. This is upward because the value of a, or the coefficient of x square, is positive, which is equals to 1. Therefore the graph is upward and its vertex is 0, 0. At x is 0, y is 0, and therefore between 2, negative 2 and positive 2, the value of the graph, or the graph has the shape look like this. At the same time, the graphs of the given 3 examples, B, C, and D, have the same shapes, but what is different here is the value of A. When it is negative, it will be downward, and when it is positive, it is upward. That is only what is changed will be the numbers. For example, if it is 2x square in place of x square, at minus 2 we will have minus 2x square or 2x square, which means we cannot find the value of y to be 4. It is different. Very nice. When you see the B part, evaluating the function values in the interval of minus 2 to 2, minus x square, we say at minus x square, the value is changed to be negative, 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 then it is downward. So try to do C and D as exercise, because they are the same type of questions, except the change in the value of A. Positive 1 to positive 2, and negative 1 to negative 2. Therefore, one is upward and the other is downward. Try to draw the graph. When you come to the fourth example, sketch the graph of the following using table of values. Says if you have a f of x equals to x squared plus 3, these all graphs have the same type of shapes, except the value of a, which means the coefficient of x squared, either negative or positive. And the other thing changed here is the value of c, when it is positive and when it is negative. When it is positive, it depends. There is a change in the value of y-intercept. At x equals to 0, the value of y becomes 3 or minus 3, depending on the given question. When it is, if we take a part, f of x equals to x squared plus 3, first we have to know the graph of 2x squared. The graph of 2x squared is upward, and when we add plus 3, the value of c is added, then our vertex will be changed by 3 above the x-axis. Good. We can see from the table that the table value of the function is f of x equals to x squared plus 3. Then at x is minus 2, the value of y is 11. At minus 1, 5. At 0, 3. At 1, 5. At 2, 11. Then we can draw the graph as shown. What is changed there is the value of the vertex. is changed from the origin to 0, 3. That change is brought by the difference come on C. C is added to B3. That means we have to extend our graph from 0 to 3 above the x-axis. I hope you got some concepts about how to draw the graph of quadratic functions. You can do the others by yourself, and depending on the given example. So for today, this is enough. Next time we'll start the next part or the extension of this one. Till then, goodbye. ውድ ተማሪዎቻችን በዛሬ ትምህርታችን የኳድራቲክ ኢኩዌሽን ወይም ኳድራቲክ ፈንክሽን ግራፍ እንዴት መሳል እንደምንችል ለማየት ሞክረናል። ምናልባት የሚቀየሩ ነገራቶች ከምን የተነሱ ናቸው የሚለውን ነገር ኮኤፊሺየንት ኦፍ ኤክስ ስኩዌርን መሰረት አድርገን የምናየው ነገር እናያለን። በሁለተኛ ደረጃ የሲ ቫልዩ ሲጨምር ፖዚቲቭሊ ሲጨምር ወይም ኔጌቲቭሊ ሲጨምር በዛው ልክ የግራፉን ቢሄቨር የሚቀይር መሆኑን የተረዳችሁ ይመስለኛል። ስለዚህ ይሄንን መሰረታዊ የሆኑ ጉዳዮችን ከዚህ የተረዳችሁ ይመስለኛል። ያንን መሰረት አድርጋችሁ ሌሎችን የተቀሩ ጥያቄዎችን እንድትሰሩ አደራ ለማለት ፈልጋለሁ። ከበጀሞት በረቶ ተከኛ በርኖ ተከኛ አን ቀብጢሌ ግራፊ ኳድራቲክ ኢኩዌሽን ዮካናሞ ኳድራቲክ ፈንክሽን ጀዱ አከሚት ካሱ እንደንዳማ ማል ፈየደሙ ቀምና ከንጀዱ ገባቢናን ቴብል ኦፍ ቫልዩ ፈየደምኔ ካሱ ፊያሊ ጎነ ጀራ ሰከነራሞ ገባብስተኒ ዋን ቡኡራ ቀበተኒርተን ጀደ ያዳ ከናፍ ጀባተኒ ቀብጢሌ ሀፈን ዮካናሞ ኤግዛምፕሊ ከነመ ኬሳ ሰደን ሀፈን ኦፊ ኬሰኒ ከነረቱን ዶፍተኒ አከውጀተን አደራ ሲኒንጀቻ በርኖተ ከና ጉያ ሀራ አሱመረት ዳምና ከናፍ ቪዲዮች ሼር ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ ጎቹዳን ገይ ኬሰን አከባተን ሲኒንጀቹን በርባዳ ገለቶማ ተረጋሪ